Okay guys, DetectingWorcestershire again. This is actually, believe it or not, I'm not typically sure which video it is in the series, but this is a particularly adequate idea that I will incorporate futuristically into that of my videos. Obviously, both presently, futuristically, not previously, obviously, because no one can go into the past unless they have a time machine, and that's almost very much scientifically proven in circumstance, but that's politically, governmentally, economically, and so on and so forth. Yeah, obviously, can make many, provokements that of the statement that I just told. You can't understate it, you can't overstate it, but in any other association that's particularly nonsense, isn't it? Well, this, guys, obviously we'll incorporate that of episode 10 and onwards. Obviously, I will still use the Roman numeralisation being that of X, as I have since that of previous Hunts Finds, episode 1 in DetectingWorcestershire series, uploaded on the 29th of July, 2 days after I started the DetectingWorcestershire channel, quite officially. I can remember those days, Westminster photography, Google Plus community and everything. It was particularly enjoyable and took some extremely hard work, actually. Well, at 2 o'clock I uploaded that, when it shows me about a lot of stuff that was going on in such a decent circumstance. But, yeah, particularly reasonably, I found it particularly enjoyable by doing so. And, well, onto the video itself now. After that, quite a particularly long conversation, lasting about that of 1 minute and 30 seconds, which would be an equivalent to that of 9 seconds. Mathematical skills there, I am particularly adequate. Working that out as a 7C momentarily, if you know what levels are anyway. Particularly good, really, level 7, I ought to say. I do particularly well. This is a photography unit, and if you know what I mean, it says DetectingWorcestershire there. Obviously YouTube, the previous right hand corner. Obviously everybody knows DetectingWorcestershire, you're watching it on YouTube now. If you're not, obviously it's on that of the web somewhere, which would likely be that of YouTube, obviously. Quite a contradiction there. This is a jewellery case, originally containing that of a diamond ring, I cannot pronounce this whatsoever, engagement ring, that's adequate pronunciation, but not as good. Now, where's that hammer gone? It's on the floor, okay. TH Baker, and you obviously see a diamond ring. I believe it says, I'm not too particularly sure. The lighting isn't that good because I haven't focused the camera that well, but yep, family jewellers, established 1888. Quite a conspirational theory there, 1888. But yes, here's the hammered coin that I found on the 5th of October 2014 at Broadheath on a Clodopus metal detecting club dig. It's particularly good. I will actually photograph this, and at close-up, the white layout will obviously make the megapixelations of the camera being approximately 5 megapixels, I believe, not any higher in comparison to that of the GoPro, which is in exact, nowhere near opposition. It's almost exactly the same, really. There's no difference whatsoever. But the GoPro doesn't take good macro images, whereas obviously the iPhone does. And Apple wouldn't reinvent the camera of the iPhone to suit its obviously appearance, which it already has. So Apple's done a few nice things, many conspiracies, but there's many conspiracies about Apple than any other TNC, obviously in that of the more economically developed country. But enough of geographical terms there. We'll get into this. It's going to be good. I'll take photographs. The lighting of this is particularly good. I've got a lamp here. It's my mother's, but I borrowed it. There we are. The lighting has just adjusted the camera. Hammers and everything. So when I do take photographs, it will look particularly good. After that, I've every live recovery that I do on episode 10 and so on. I can't wait for episode 10. It's a Droitwich. Actually, oh yeah, the dig location's changed. It's actually gone to Droitwich now from that of Hallow, which I haven't told you previously about. As I said, there was quite a conspirational theory and quite an intriguement on the previous episode 9, buttons, bag seals, lead, and relics, I believe. Something in a different order than I just said them in, but hey-oh. Yeah, it's actually Droitwich, 120 acres of pasture. You wouldn't actually geographically and geologically test where that it was, obviously, because you wouldn't want to detect it before the good old clodhoppers do. This should be a good dig. And I've got my name down for, believe it or not, guys, the 24th, I believe it is. Yep, 24th of May. Sorry, yeah, 24th of May. It's a while away now. It's a month. More than that, really, a month and a half. I've got my name down for one at Stourport. It's a very historical area in comparison to that the historical well, obviously it has a similar history to that of Bewdley, which I'm hopefully, I'm on the reserve list for, on that of 4/4 metal detecting club, which I actually just joined. I went to a club meeting, the AGM annual general meeting, and there was a lot of, I have to admit, arguing going on. I couldn't really record because there weren't that many fines anyway, but obviously I found it particularly enjoyable. Quite a debate there, both politically, argumentally, and obviously about that, getting permission for that, the digs. A good 30 people turned up, which was quite good attendance, I would say. After that, from my 92 subscribers to that date, my peak 93. That was yesterday. It went down, I believe, but I do seem to be getting a few dislikes now and then. But yeah, this is pretty good. I guess I take some photographs futuristically. So basically what I'm going to do, the basic incorporation of this idea, I will just basically, it's quite basic really, this idea. Every time, it's a brilliant image, I've already tried it, have to admit. Every time I do find something of great historical value, I will place it in here, in any opposition to make it good facing, and I will just take an image of it, macro image, and you can zoom in, it'll like music behind it, it'll look particularly professional really, professionalise the video itself and make it a lot more presentable than it was previously, and it'll be a good idea. So that's a hammered coin, half of a hammered Edward I penny of the London Mint, I believe. Let's put that back in here. I might show you my coin collection and how I arrange my finds in a bit, but yeah, let's try a George V florin that I found a while ago, 1921. It's lovely. Obviously the macro of that would be absolutely brilliant, but yeah, that's just some examples here, some good examples. Buckles, just put those on. I've got thousands of them. Bag seals, I'll get one out for you guys. My newest one, but not obviously the best looking, because my first one was absolutely legendary. I'm going to show you in a minute. This is going to run out. Next one, newest one. That's why I named episode 9 Buttons Bag Seals. Bag seals obviously gives the indication away. My dad found the bag seal and the buckle. He's very lucky. Trust me, he's found a decent amount. He found a Victorian penny on, I never recorded that dig, 14th of December. Claude's Christmas dig, actually, but that's quite unfortunate. Because he found a lovely Victorian penny then, dated 1893, I believe it was, and it's in absolutely immaculate condition. This is the first one that I ever found that's absolutely gorgeous. 8 minutes going, but other than that, guys, I will incorporate this if you know the understanding and the meaning of this video, but when I do, I'll give some photographs to some indication and it should be brilliant. But other than that, guys, in a bit, Detecting Worcestershire out. Can't wait for the new digs. Episode 11, 12 will be up futuristically, not too near future, but in a couple of months they will. Episode 11 and 12, all the way that to 100, which will be good 5 years away, something like that. But other than that, guys, in a bit. Can't believe I started YouTube like half a year ago, 3/4 of a year ago, almost a year. Celebration of Detecting Worcestershire in July 27th. So other than that, guys, in a bit.